Weisal. Halways thu. White art thu. Oth white is thin noma. Min noma is Greihama. Who art thu je haten. Und von on art thu. Each harte adbergt. On each of Frankana riche. Von on come thu. Of Englelonde. Who art thu today? Each mij swede well, each thankje the. Who maakt thu? Each mij well, each thankje the thaste thu frugne. Lustig loaf. Bonjour. La mon, not each what to quist. What you talk nath bonjour. Alla bonjour talk nath on Frenchisch hal si thu of bel thu jesund. Understands du la? Each bide faith het thu seget het eft on lator. Je mons thu that each side halways thu, that is utelath bonjour. Nu each seo. Evne, malis meto ferranne. Ja, en bide. Nee side is thu far jesund. La, beo thu hal.
Okay, let's talk about what just happened. So the first speaker begins by saying Weis hal.
Weisal.
This means hello. It's a respectful, courteous form of address. It's attested as early as Beowulf and as late as the 14th century. It exists throughout the entire Old English period, and it's the most common form of greeting.
Halways thu. White art thu. Oth white is thin noma.
The second speaker responds, halways thu. Halways thu, ways thu hal, same thing. He then asks, what are thu? This is the way to say, who are you? Important, it's not hwa are thu, what are thu. That's just the pronoun that they would use in this interrogative. He then says, othe what is thin noma? Just another way of asking, what's your name?
Min noma is Greihama. Who art thu je haten. Und von on art thu.
The first speaker responds, min noma is Graihama. My name is Graham. Very simple. This survives into modern English, obviously. Pretty straightforward way of saying what your name is. He then asks, who art thu je haten? That is, how are you called? Or, what is your name? And then he follows up with that by saying, und whonon art thu, which literally means, and whence are you? That is, from where have you come? Where are you from?
Each harte adbergt on each of Frankana riche. Von on come thu.
The second speaker responds, Ich hatte Adbergt und ich of Frankena Riche. That is, I am called Edbert, and I am from the kingdom of the Franks, Frankena Riche. He then asks, Whonon come thu? That is, where have you come from, or where are you from?
Of Englelonde. Who art thu today?
The first speaker responds, Of Englelonde. That is, from the land of the Angles, or just England. He then asks, who art thu today? How are you today? This one's a little tricky. It's important to bear in mind that in early medieval England, questions like, how are you, probably were a bit more serious and less polite filler questions as they are in a lot of modern English-speaking countries today. That being said, it was a way to ask about someone's health, and it follows that if there were questions commonly asked in sort of beginner conversations like this in early medieval England, who art thu is probably the way that they would have asked after someone's health.
Each mij swede well, each thankje the. Who maakt thu?
The second speaker responds, Ich mij swede well, ich thankje the. Who maakt thu? That is, I am doing very well, I thank you. How are you doing? Ich mij well, who maakt thu? This is another construction, similar to who art thu. It's just sort of like, how are you doing? It literally translates to, how are you capable? But that is sort of like, how strong are you? How is your strength? And the way to say that is, who maakt thu. The way to respond, if you're doing well, is ich mij well.
Each mij well, each thankje the thaste thu frugne.
The first speaker responds, ich mij well, ich thankje the thaste thu frugne. That is, I'm doing well. I thank you because you asked. Or just, thanks for asking.
Lustig loaf. Bonjour.
The second speaker responds, lustige lauf. Now, lustige, as a response to ich thankje the, is not per se attested, but the word just means happily, and so it's pretty plausible that someone in this situation could respond by saying lustige. He addresses him as lauf, which literally means beloved, but really sort of means anything between sir and bro. It's a form of address which generally trends on the more formal side and is considered probably very polite and deferential.
Lamon not each what tu quist. What you taknath bonjourn.
The first speaker is a little confused by the Old French greeting that the second speaker has given him. So he responds by saying, La mon, not each what tu quist. That is, lo, man, I do not know what you are saying. This is a pretty useful one for Old English learners. It's actually attested in the Bible and just means I don't understand what the words you're saying mean. La mon, not each what tu quist. He then asks, what ye taknath bonjourn. That is, what does bonjourn mean? What ye taknath.
Alla bonjourn taknath on Frenchish hal si thu oth bel thu yesund. Understands du la?
The second speaker attempts to clarify what he said by saying Allah, bonjourn taknath on Frenchish hal si thu oth bel thu yesund. That is, oh, bonjourn means in French hello or hello. And here, so hal si thu and bel thu yesund are just two different greetings in Old English. They both essentially mean the same thing, which is be healthy, but they're both generic greetings used in various locations and contexts. He follows this up by saying, understands du la? That is, do you understand? But here we see a word la that we've seen here 3 times already. La and Allah are sort of filler interjections that can have a really wide range of meaning, but generally seem to mean something along the lines of like lo, or oh, or hark, or yeah. In my dialect, I usually say that it's kind of something similar to damn or bruh.
Ich bitte say that thu seget hat eft und lator.
The first speaker is still confused, and so he says, Ich bitte thee that du seget that eft und lator. That is, I ask you that you say that again and slower. Ich bitte thee is basically just the way of saying please in Old English. Eft means back, but also again, and lator, that is modern English later, is the way of saying slower.
Je mons thu that ich side halways thu, that is utloth bonjourn.
The second speaker calls back to the beginning of the conversation, saying, Je mons thu that each side halways thu, that is utloth bonjourn. That is, do you remember when I said halways thu? That means bonjourn. Now, bonjourn and halways thu don't actually semantically line up because halways thu is be healthy and bonjourn is good day. That is medieval Latin bonum journum. But here, to this speaker, it just means hello.
Nu ichiseo. Evne, malis me to ferranne.
The first speaker says, nu ichiseo. That is, now I understand. Now I see. He then says, Evne, malis me to ferranne. That is, well, it's time for me to go.
Ja anbieder. Ne seidest du far gesund.
The second speaker stops him, saying, Ja anbieder, ne seidest du far gesund. That is, wait, you didn't say goodbye.
La, beo thu hal.
The first speaker gives his farewell with la, beo thu hal. That is, oh, goodbye. Beo thu hal, ways thu hal ways thu, ways yesund, beo yesund. These greetings could be used as a hello and also a goodbye. They're just respectful, courteous terms of address. That's all from me. I hope you found this interesting, and if you like Old English content, be sure to check out the rest of my channel. Until next time, farath ye yesunde.